Good morning, Copers. Good morning, guys. How are you doing? I'm having a hard time with Rumble Studio today, man. Rumble Studio is pissing me off. It's giving me all kinds of problems, not least of which is it didn't go live on X. Still not live on X. I don't know what that's about. Okay, that's not working. Cool. That's just not straight up not working, even though it says it's live, even though it says it's connected. And well, I can't, it won't let me like set up the YouTube stream and then start the stream later. Like, are we even live on YouTube right now? What's going on? Are we even live? The view counter's not showing. It says it's live, even though it's, yeah. Okay. Well, at least that is live. All right. Whatever. I might just stop using it starting tomorrow because they haven't even approved me. It says video not found in the thing. I mean, it's just full of bugs. It's just full of shite problems. Rumble Studio. You get what you pay for, don't you? Isn't that the truth? You get what you pay for. All right. What up, guys? Couple quick announcements here before we get into our stories. I'm going live at 5 o'clock Pacific with Flood today. I don't know Flood, but I'm going to meet him and talk to him today. So that's going to be not on my platforms, on his platforms. So he's on Rumble. He's on Crusaders, which is, of course, I don't get to be on Crusaders ever because they're disabled during the day because I guess they don't want their credit card processor to look during business hours. So he's on X. It's OMG. It's Flood on X, and he's on Rumble, so you can find him. You guys can find him. If you can't find him, that's on you. That's at 5 o'clock. And then tomorrow is the progress report at 3 o'clock with Mark Collette and Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph coming on the progress report tomorrow. I did try to get a couple different people first. I tried Iconoclast and I couldn't get a hold of him. And I tried Daughter of Albion, who I like a lot, but I couldn't get a hold of her either. And even if I could get a hold of them, it's probably like too late for them anyways, because it's going to be from like 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. London time. But I guess Mark Collette is a little bit of a night owl, says he's cool with that. Yeah, the Ralph Mail, yeah, should be interesting. I even went as far as sending Daughter of Albion a $10 PayPal, asking her to like message me on Telegram because I couldn't find any contact info. I think I used to talk to her on X, but she got banned from her like that she used, and she's not really on there anymore. Okay, let's get into the stories. I got somebody who needs me. I think I might cut Joker 2 week. I think I might cut it here, to be honest, because it's causing problems with me not wanting to get a copyright strike on YouTube. And also, if you guys can watch the Bewitched scene and you don't get it, the progress retort, that's funny. If you guys can watch that and you don't get it, then it doesn't really matter how many scenes I shove down your face. You're never gonna get it. You guys are dead inside. That's the problem. You're dead inside. Okay. Hold on. I just got to ban someone real quick. There we go. That makes my life better. All right. Redfin Super Bowl ad. White parents get divorced. Minorities move into neighborhood where evil men refuse to acknowledge them. Minorities save white family's dog. Clean up evil white man's property after storm. Could it be more obvious? Wait, why are the white people evil? Oh, because they get divorced. Oh, he refuses to acknowledge them. Got it.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Redfin is like a realtor thing, right? It's like where you look up houses to buy. Well, I gotta watch it one more time. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of it. I did get some of the things he said, but let me just try to actually pay attention. I'm too distracted. I've been really distracted. I don't know. Anyway. I'm not going to look. She's the new weird kid, so the other kids mock her. Her dog barks at the minority, as they're known to do. That part's realistic.
Big storm coming in.
Oh, okay, there it is. That's the part I missed, yeah. Okay, dog gets out. Black people save the dog. Black man helps the white guy fix it. Got it. Got it. They clean up the evil white man's property. Yes, I get it.
Sent $3. You may not want to admit it, but I am the ideal neighbor. I may not a lot, but I am very trustworthy and white.
Okay. I don't know about ideal, but okay. I'm not sure if you know what the word ideal means, but I guess you're probably okay. I'll take your word for it that you're okay. Maybe he's deaf. Yeah, maybe his bitch wife left him because he was deaf and he got fired from his job. Yet, well, whatever. You get it. Okay. What is this? Across our community, people are scared to leave their homes because of ice. My team and I delivered food to some of those Minnesotans, scared to leave their house.
So we just finished.
Is this like the white woman with all the pins in her face who was scared ice was gonna like show up and kill her? So she was like, I'm thinking about killing myself and my children before ice gets us. And she's like probably a citizen, you know what I mean? Like it's just total insanity. Before she called them pedophiles. Like she was saying like ICE was gonna like show up and rape her children. Just a white woman with a bunch of pins in her face. Kind of person who's scared to leave their house.
Finished delivering groceries to folks who are too afraid to leave their homes because of this ICE occupation in our community. An amazing amount of people have put together boxes of produce and meat, as well as toilet paper and diapers for those that need it, dry goods, even some treats to help our neighbors. And we will continue to do this for as long as we need to.
My daughter could use a meal since she can no longer go to the grocery store for herself after she got hit by an illegal alien that fled and left her for dead. While you're at it, you can stay and feed her a meal through her G-tube since she can no longer eat by mouth. Damn. Dude. Colorado mother speaks out after her 22-year-old daughter, Carissa Aspens, became severely disabled. Okay.
Was riding on the back.
It's not that it's about race or anything, but what phenotype is that? What are we, it's like, what do you think? Is that just a HAPA? Is that a straight up, what is that? The mother's white, so it can't be 100% Asian. Sorry. I was like too obsessed with phenotype identification to even listen to the story. Part Japanese, part white.
My name is Patty Fox. And
she looks like she is maybe like 10% Asian or something, doesn't she? Like she could be like 1/8 Asian or something. 16% Asian.
I live in Parker, Colorado. On March 28th, 2025, my daughter Chris's life.
Like, especially in this picture. You see it, right?
And mine.
$1 bond? Dude, that's for like basically killing someone. Dude. Brutal. Valeria Delos. Was that my Facebook page? Hold on, let me close that. Or, well, let me mute that tab. Okay. Valeria de los Angelos Bermudez how many names is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Valeria de los Angeles Bermudez Marciano, a criminal illegal alien from Venezuela, illegally entered the U.S. in September 2023 and was released into the U.S. by the Biden administration. She is charged for careless driving, causing bodily injury, leaving the scene of an accident involving serious bodily injury, hit and run, driving without isn't leaving the scene of an accident and hit and run the same. Oh, no, serious bodily injury, right? So it's like an upgraded hit and run. Driving without a valid driver's license and failing to present evidence of insurance upon arrest. This hit and run left Carissa Aspens permanently disabled for the rest of her life. Again, just not to make it about the taxpayer, but it is just another way that the taxpayer is going to end up helping to support this girl, which is, and I'm not saying they shouldn't, but it's the cost of these illegals is like impossible. You know what I mean? Whenever you read these Cato Institute studies where they're like immigration actually is like really good for the economy, there's no way they can actually factor all of these things in. Foreign truck driver can't figure out how to turn the headlights on.
Listen, your trailer lights is off.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I can't. I don't know where the lights are.
Say it.
She's like, it's like a woman from Haiti, it looks like, or something like that.
Again?
I don't know where the lights are.
You don't know where the lights is at?
Yeah?
How long you had your CDL?
For 2 months now.
And you don't know where your lights is at?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I can't.
But you driving in the dark.
I'm trying to find it. I can't find it.
Listen, and you can't be driving in the dark though. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, but I can't find it.
Do you really got a CDL?
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't trying to be rude or nothing, but you gonna cause an accident.
I know, I'm trying to find where the lights are.
So you don't know where your lights is at?
Yeah, exactly. You get on an airplane, you see the pilot's a black woman, you're like, no, this is going to cost me like hundreds of dollars in a day of my life, but I'm not getting on this plane. So you rent a car, you get in your car to drive to wherever you're going, and you get hit. You get hit by a truck driven by a guy named Singh wearing a turban. You get into a pile up. You just can't win.
So you drove all day with no lights.
Help her find it, you asshole. You gotta be sarcastic, man. You gotta be being sarcastic. Like, this woman should not be driving at all. If she doesn't know how to operate the vehicle, help showing her where the lights are. Please, Woodpit, you gotta be kidding.
I'm trying.
So, listen. Let me see if.
Am I not live on Twitch either? Is that why Woodpit's in Odyssey? Dude. Oh, it never got turned on Twitch. I was too busy tripping about X not working. Okay.
CDL. Never mind, you probably don't got it. You don't got it. I said your CDL, what's that? Never mind. Listen.
I mean, why though? This isn't a cop. Like, why is It's like a black guy. Like I do wonder if this isn't just a skit or something. Like if this isn't just like a hoax video. Because like
The Nutter sent $3. You may not want to admit it, but I am also the ideal pilot. I may not a lot, but I'm very trustworthy and white.
Sure. Thank you. Because like, what is even the situation where he got her to pull over with no lights and now he's like grilling her? You know what I mean?
Listen, never mind. Never mind. I don't think you should be driving though. That's not your CDL. You know what CDL
Another
is?
trucker? Yeah, they're just in like a parking lot of a truck stop diner or some shit.
Yeah, I know.
Let me see your CDL again. And you just gave it to me. Where'd it go?
Dude.
This. How long you had this CDL for?
2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
You from here?
No.
You from America?
No.
All right, here, take your CDL back. You good? Listen, I'm just letting you know. I don't think you should be driving. But I'm gonna let you go though.
He should call the cops. Is what he should do. He should call the police and say there is a woman with a 45 IQ trying to operate a semi on the highway and she doesn't know how to turn the lights on. Okay. We got a lot of Blacktivities today, guys, so like the title says, strap in.
Yo, it's the Blacktivities. What's the activities? Only the factivities. Catch you lactivities. Cope.
2-year-old boy whose queen's father allegedly beat him in a violent drunk stupor last week has died of his injuries. Apparently this guy waited 2 days before seeking medical treatment for the kid after beating him to near death.
A toddler is on life support after police say his father badly beat the defenseless 2-year-old, and police say the father waited more than 2 days to get his son medical attention after the beating. Now 38-year-old Davon Morrison is in jail, charged with the assault. Eyewitness News reporter Jaisha Patel has more from Long Island City.
Good afternoon. Well, this 2-year-old little boy was allegedly beaten Friday night and didn't get medical help until Monday. He's now fighting for his life in the ICU on life support. This is video of his father when he was arrested last night. You're looking at 30-year-old Davon Morrison, who's charged with 2 counts of
Yeah, take a shot every time there's a black newscaster.
assault for allegedly beating his 2-year-old son. Morrison is accused of beating his son inside of the Manhattan View Hotel, which is now operating as a shelter sometime Friday night here in Long Island City. Instead of getting his son help, Morrison allegedly took the child in a stroller to East Harlem Saturday morning. Police responded to a 911 call near East 102nd Street and 3rd Avenue Monday at around 3 a.m. and found the little boy with severe head trauma. He was rushed to the hospital and has undergone multiple surgeries for skull fractures and substantial brain injuries. And the boy's mother posted on social media asking for prayers, saying, "My baby is fighting for his life in the ICU. Please, I can't do anything but pray." Still a lot of unanswered questions about what exactly happened.
Yeah, so that kid died after getting like probably $1 million worth of medical treatment paid for by the taxpayer. Good times. The night she was murdered, a 14-year-old girl allegedly told her 18-year-old male sexual partner that she wasn't going to let him pimp her around anymore. All right, this story's crazy. This tweet kind of describes it the best because I was looking up videos and anyway, this says I'm truly disturbed by the details revealed in North Carolina court last month in the trial of the alleged killer. According to evidence presented by the prosecution, Devin Clark, 18, that's this guy here, Devin Clark, 18, had been sending...
The Nutter sent $3 Nutter lore. I did prison time in the 90s. While in there I raped many black men, and that was when the Nutter was born. Villain Arc.
Oh shit, I don't even know if he's joking, dude. Devin Clark, 18, had been sending messages to at least a dozen people on Snapchat looking for someone to drive him and 14-year-old Lyric Woods from her parents so they could engage in sexual activity. As payment for the ride, Clark offered that the driver could have sex with the 14-year-old as well. Isaiah Ross, 17, took him up on the offer and drove the three of them into rural Orange County in his mother's vehicle. The bullet-ridden bodies of Clark and the 14-year-old were found dead by ATV riders the next day. Based on forensic evidence in one of Ross's friends to whom he allegedly bragged about the murders, prosecutors say Ross got into an argument with Clark, shot him with his own gun, killed the 14-year-old girl to avoid leaving a witness, hid the bodies, and fled the state. So this guy, the 18-year-old guy, he wants to have sex with the 14-year-old white girl, but he needs to get her away from their parents' house. So he's asking somebody to give them a ride, and he says, you can have sex with her too in exchange for driving us into the woods where we can have like privacy. So this guy, 17-year-old, agrees to do it, then kills them both in the woods, and then brags to his friend about what a badass he is for committing these two murders. Like, goes and brags about it. These people are monsters. Like, they ain't like us. Okay? Based on forensic evidence of one of Ross's friends to whom he allegedly bragged, prosecutor... Oh, we already read that. Ross, on the other hand, claimed that Clark and the 14-year-old were arguing with her telling him that she didn't want to be his whore or be pimped out by him. Ross testified that Clark then turned... Yeah, so according to this guy, he shot her and then tried to kill him, and he did it in self-defense. Very likely. Anyway, okay, so look at this video here. Devin Clark's father gives emotional testimony. Look at the way the 18-year-old who got killed, the pimp, they try to make him like a victim and make this all sad. Devin Clark's father gives emotional testimony, hugging this man. God, please stand by him. I feel so sorry for this man. I hate to see this for this family. I am a mother and grandmother. It hurts me. God bless your son. Right? Look at this one. Your son stole your gun and invited the other two young people out to the woods because he had the intentions to use the weapon that night on the young lady and the young man.
Mr. Clark, how do you know Devin?
He's my son.
He's my son.
I know this is difficult, so we'll just take it as slow as you need to go, okay? When was the last time that you saw Devin?
I don't know the actual date.
Shit, I don't know. We live with mom, innit? Shit. That little nigga live with his mama. I ain't seen him in years.
I don't know the actual date.
Yeah, 17 years ago.
But I do know it was a few days before the weekend, and I laid down to go to sleep, and he was in his room. That's all.
And at some point, did you report Devin missing? And when did you do that?
Probably a little later on, maybe like a day or two later. I noticed that I hadn't heard anything from him, so I called and reported him missing.
Had you tried to call him during that intervening time?
I did. I didn't want to think nothing was wrong. So I kind of just pushed it like to the side a little bit.
Was it
So you called him or no? What is that? Did you call him? I did, but I didn't want to think anything was wrong. But you reported it. I'm amazed he reported it, especially when it says they found the bodies the next day. Anyway, so this guy was like on it, like he reported it within like less than 48 hours. Anyway, your son was a pimp and a statutory rapist, might I add. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't know about 18-year-olds banging 14-year-olds in whatever state this is. So this guy, the guy who killed them...
The Nutter sent $3. If I made a channel, would you guys watch? I would discuss all the latest news from an ethical Coomer's perspective.
Thank you, the Nutter. Supporting the show. The only guy supporting the show. We appreciate you. But I wouldn't watch personally. To be totally honest with you, I'm good. All right, so he was found guilty of killing the 18-year-old, but not the 14-year-old. It was like a mistrial, and they're going to retry him, but he's given 25 years.
The man on trial for a double murder in Orange County will spend at least 20 years in prison. Today, a jury found Isaiah Ross guilty of second-degree murder. That's for the death of 18-year-old Devin Clark. But the jury could not reach a consensus on the death of 14-year-old Lyric Woods, so her case was declared a mistrial. WRAL's Megan Cloherty was in the courtroom today. She heard the final statements from the victims' families.
An incredibly emotional day for the families of 14-year-old Lyric Woods and 18-year-old Devin Clark, who lost them 3 years ago. Then they endured this 2-week trial, all to get to today, where the jury delivered a verdict. But while there is finality for Clark's family, Lyric Woods' family still has to wait for justice.
We, the jury, unanimously found the defendant, Isaiah Ross, to be guilty of second-degree murder of Devin Clark.
Devin Clark's mother doubled over sobbing as the court learned the jury found her 18-year-old son was murdered and that Isaiah Ross did not act in self-defense in killing him.
Shattered two families' entire lives. We are now left to carry the emotion mentally and spiritually.
His cousin spoke for the family about the life Devin Clark will never get to live and the immense grief felt by his loss.
There is no preparation for the silence that follows the loss of.
He was headed for the NFL. How sad, how tragic. Just think of all the rest of the white girls he could have raped along the way.
A child.
Moments before his sentencing, the judge spoke directly to Isaiah Ross, who was 17 at the time of the killings.
The actions that early morning.
Why was it a mistrial? Well, not that I watched the trial or anything.
$20 there. Now you aren't alone with the notorious sodomizer known as the Nutter.
The Orthodox are sent $3. I'd be intrigued to see how degenerate you are, Nutter. I'm curious if the Nutter lore.
Thank you, Wandering Neanderthal. And it sounds like there's a lot of interest in the Nutter YouTube channel. So there you go. Don't let me hold you back. So
Ariluber Mensch sent $3. How bad do you feel when you're this white girl's family and the DOJ Community Relations Service shows up to your house to tell you it's not about race?
Yeah, I think Trump disbanded them, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there is community relations thing anymore. They shut it down with Doge and all that, I heard anyway. But don't quote me on that. The defendant said that it was self-defense and that the other guy killed the girl. He said the dead guy killed the girl, and so I guess they couldn't prove it. But why it was like ruled a mistrial, I don't know. It might have been like just like a hung jury or something on that part.
Every one of them have devastated and left people empty and scarred. And that will not go away, Mr. Ross.
A Reluber Mensch sent $3. Community relations is back. It got 20 mil in January. Bondi folded.
Unreal. Dude. We can't have anything. We can't, even like these tiny little victories we can't
How many
have.
followers do I need for you to allow me into progress report? And for anyone interested, my channel is NoFace11.
It's less about how many followers you have and more about you got 5,000 subs. It's less about that and more about if I want to talk to you or not. Because like you have about as many subs as Jord. How many subs does Jord have? You have more, and I've had him on the show, but it's because I like Jord. Sneeko turns on Aiden Ross. No lives. Aiden Ross exposes soft LA rappers. The new sad reality for Andrew Tate.
Would it be possible to get some farts in the chat for Andrew Tate? Let me get some farts in the chat for Andrew Tate. What happened last night, Andrew Tate? Where was the perspicacity you were always talking about? This thing was always going on about my perspicacity. My perspicacity is combined with my muscularity. Well, where was that perspicacity? Where was it? Because we didn't see you last night.
Tristan just sent $3. Hopefully the Nutter isn't accompanied with the quality offerings found on Chat Roulette.
Oh, I like how the lip syncs somewhat. That's a nice touch. It's not just like random GTA footage.
Well, something that I did see last night was in the middle of the 6th round, Andrew Tate farted in the ring. And if you catch that, by the way, I'm assuming you didn't because I looked all over Twitter. Nobody even mentioned it. I did. I caught it. Andrew Tate, big old rough and tough Andrew Tate with his pencil neck, farted in the ring. What does that say about Andrew Tate? So you went into combat with a loose rectal cavity. Air is going in and out of that thing in the middle of a combat.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Maybe I would watch. Maybe I would watch you cover the news. I don't know.
Ellis coming to breakfast sent $20. Yay.
We desire friendship with our neighbors, yet we will not accept interference in our internal affairs. The affairs of the German people are for Germans alone to decide. No foreign press, no outside politician has the right to dictate how we live or how we govern. We have been accused of ambition, but what nation does not strive to secure the well-being of its people? We have been condemned for discipline, but what people can endure without it? We have been called restless, yet it is the restlessness of life, not of aggression, the will to create, to grow, to build. That is our only ambition. Germany is not a threat to the world. We are a partner to all who respect justice and a friend to all who seek peace through honor, but let no one mistake our patience for weakness. We extend the hand of cooperation, but never the neck of submission. We shall not bend again to humiliation, nor will we permit others to decide our fate. We recognize our allies in the nations that understand our struggle.
Thank you. Thank you for the $20. I don't know. He doesn't sound like such a bad guy to me, but what do I know? Anyway, at least this guy got 25 years in jail, and they're going to retry him for the murder of the 14-year-old.
And that was because of the decisions you made.
The jury, however, was unable to come to a unanimous decision in the killing of 14-year-old Lyric Woods.
Based on all of that, I will grant the joint motion, declare mistrial as to that count.
Her murder is now considered an open case, and prosecutors tell me they'll determine if and when they want to bring charges again to find justice for Lyric.
Isaiah Ross will serve.
They might not even retry him. They might just be satisfied with their 25 years. Okay, moving on. The first murder in the history of Hingham, a tiny village in Hill County, Montana, was a woman allegedly killed by her own son. Police say Tiffany Niehoff, 39, was murdered by Deshaun Chapman, 20. In the 2020 census, the town is listed as having 131 people with no blacks, but 5 residents listed as 2 or more races. I couldn't find any videos, like any news coverage about this one. So there you go. Woman murdered by her half-breed son in the first murder ever in the village. Thank you for the $1, but I ain't reading that. I ain't reading all that for $1. Former OSU and NFL football star Darren Lee charged with biting and stabbing his girlfriend to death. A judge gave him a free pass for...
Anonymous sent $3. Bertha Cole paid the toll.
Indeed. Indeed, Anonymous. Biting and stabbing his girlfriend to death. Biting his girlfriend to death. Like a werewolf. This is a former NFL star, Darren Lee. A judge gave him a free pass for domestic violence last year.
Former NFL player Darren Lee has been charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence in the death of his girlfriend, Gabriela Cavallo Perpetuo, in Ottawa.
A family spokesperson identified Perpetuo as the victim, and her stepfather issued a statement reading, "At this moment..."
Check out that news audio quality, by the way. This is a professional newsroom, and this is what their audio sounds like.
Of deep pain and mourning, we kindly ask for understanding and respect as our family gathers strength to speak publicly about this tragedy. We sincerely thank all members of the media, authorities, friends, and the community for their cooperation, support, and...
Where were you to tell the 14-year-old girl not to burn the coal? Yeah, I mean, dude. We don't know what happened. Maybe the parents tried to tell her. Like, we don't know. The kid was getting her away from the parents, you know. I have better audio than the MSM, and I still don't get any respect.
And heartfelt condolences.
What race is the audio engineer?
Time.
Lee was taken into custody on Thursday, and we're learning this is not his first arrest.
Local 3's Madison Sims has followed this story since the beginning. She has details on Lee's criminal history.
29-year-old Gabriela Cavallo Perpetuo and her former NFL boyfriend Darren Lee only lived in this Ottawa neighborhood for a few weeks. The couple was so new that neighbors say they didn't even know their names.
You know, moving is very stressful. I remember a long time ago reading that the 3 most stressful things that can happen in a person's life are death of a loved one, getting fired from your job, and moving and divorce. Wait, that's 4 things. I don't remember divorce being on there, but it has to be. Let me ask Grok. Let me ask Grok, what are the 4 most stressful things? And we'll see if moving is one of them. Hey, Grok, what's the 4 most stressful things that can happen in a person's life?
The top 4 stressors, based on classic studies like Holmes Rahe, are usually death of a loved one, divorce, moving, and major illness or injury.
Not getting fired from your job?
Getting fired actually ranks pretty high too, like around number 8 on that list. But hey...
Interesting. So there you go. Moving where you live, more stressful than getting fired.
The Nutter sent $20. Please check out my audiobook preview. It's only like 5 minutes and is comedy gold.
I mean, $20 gets you 1 minute on a Tuesday. I'll give you at least 1 minute and then I'll decide from there, but I got to find the... I liked how your avatar guy like keeps turning around. Something about that like added to the sort of the kind of frenetic energy. Fat, ugly, and poor.
Welcome to my audiobook, Fat, Ugly, and Poor. If you're listening to this, there's a high chance you're fat, ugly, and poor. And you're sick of being fat, ugly, and poor. You don't get any bitches. You never get any pussy. You're always beating your beef. You go to the beach, you're the fat guy that's always wearing a t-shirt because you're fat and you got tits. Then when you've been frolicking for a couple hours at the beach, you get hungry, but you can't buy a hot dog at the beach because you're poor. So while all your friends are eating, having a good time, and you're just there twiddling your fingers, you think it's a cute idea to approach a girl and ask for her number. She calls the cops, they start questioning you, and you almost go to jail because you're ugly. That is the life of a guy who's fat, ugly, and poor. Nobody likes guys who are fat, ugly, and poor. You need to understand that. You agitate people. You irritate people. You scare all the women and children. You're disgusting. You smell. You stink. You're also poor, so nobody wants to be around you. You never get invited to any of the functions. You're poor. You don't have any money. And of course, since you're fat and ugly and also poor.
Okay, we get it. Yeah, I'm not that into it. I thought the other one was funnier. I kind of, saying fat, ugly, and poor over and over is only kind of funny, I guess. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm only 1 out of 3 of those things. I'm in shape, rich, and ugly. I'm in shape, ugly, and rich. I'm not really rich, but I'm not poor.
Thursday evening, Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies received a call for
He'd be good on the progress. Stop.
PR in progress at an Ottawa.
He might. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it. If I get desperate. Do you have a Twitter account, Nutter? Are you on Twitter?
Home. When they arrived, they found 29-year-old Gabriela Cavallo Perpetuo unconscious, a bite mark on her shoulder, bruises all over, and a stab wound to the abdomen. Her boyfriend, former first-round draft pick Darren Lee, was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and tampering with
Coach McGurk? Not really. I wouldn't say
evidence. So we did some investigating into his criminal history, which stretched.
The Orthodox are sent $3, I'm not gonna lie. Nutter is funny. I've laughed out loud several times from his audio.
I like the video better, but that's just me.
Is outside of Tennessee. Before the couple
breaking bread with the Nutter.
moved to Ottawa, they were living in Florida. In October of 2024, Lee was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after pointing a gun at a man. He and Perpetua were at a Florida fish camp when an altercation began between him and several people. Lee said one of the men threatened to physically harm him, so he confronted them with a gun. The victim said Lee pushed him down as he tried to run away, but police did not find injuries consistent with the fall. Lee pleaded guilty to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery on June 30th of 2025. That same year, Lee also took a plea deal in relation to a domestic violence incident involving a female relative. Perpetuo's family says they'll be sharing more information with the media in the coming days.
Are you guys taking a shot every time there's a black newscaster?
In Ottawa, Madison Sims, Local 3 News.
And this is just a little bit more about that same story.
Thank you for watching. A former NFL player is charged with murdering a woman in Ottawa last week. The suspect is identified as Darren Lee. Last night,
take another shot. Is that the same woman as before? I think it is. Her hair is wild, though.
the family identified the victim as Gabriela Carvalho Perpetuo. Darren Lee is a former Ohio State linebacker who went on to play for the New York Jets and Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL. He was charged with first-degree murder after Perpetuo, who was said to be his girlfriend, was found dead in their Ottawa home last Thursday.
Now we have more about the victim's identity and what investigators found inside the crime scene. Local 3's Madison Sims brings us the latest.
29-year-old Gabriela Cavallo Perpetuo and her former NFL boyfriend Darren Lee only lived in this Ottawa neighborhood.
Wait, this is the same fucking video. What the hell? What the hellio? That's my bad. Man charged with shooting, killing mother of 5 days before Christmas, due in court Tuesday.
Cole, he's set to be arraigned there today.
Stephen, 47-year-old.
Oh, we missed some.
Man charged with the murder of a mother of 5 in Walnut Hills is due in court for the first time today. And we're
Mother of 5, so probably black, right? Take another shot, by the way.
learning that it's not the first time this suspect, Willie Gordon, has been accused of serious crimes. WLWT News' Nicole Aponte is live at the Justice Center downtown. Nicole, he's set to be arraigned there today.
Stephen, 47-year-old Willie Gordon is being held without bond ahead of that arraignment this morning at 9 a.m. In addition to murder, he's also charged with tampering with evidence and illegally having a gun. We checked court records overnight. Gordon had been convicted on drug charges back in 2019. And just last year, he admitted to threatening to shoot an on-duty police officer during an arrest. He's had several other cases against him dismissed. In this most recent case, investigators say he shot and killed 31-year-old
Mudshark, I think she's black. She has 5 kids, so I'm guessing black.
Takia McCollum at the...
I just wish Nick would stop with this gay rage baiting over the halftime show. We're in a war against our extinction. It's time to grow up and start acting like it.
I don't know what I think I saw one tweet from Nick where he was complaining about how Megyn Kelly was complaining about the halftime show. So And I thought that, and I kind of thought it's like, aren't you like, if the whole idea is we shouldn't be talking about the halftime show, then aren't you like talking about it, but just by saying that, you know what I mean? People do this all the time. They're like, the halftime show is a distraction. Now let me spend 10 minutes showing how all these other people are distracted by the halftime show. It's like, what? Really? I don't know if that's what he did, but I didn't watch his show. I don't know, so I don't know. I don't really know what you're talking about. I don't know. Somebody commented that Nick is like in cahoots with Bannon, and I have no idea if that's true, but I'm definitely convinced that Bannon is a bad man at this point.
Park Eden living facility in Walnut Hills just 2 days before Christmas.
Went on a ridiculous diatribe about how he's not a white nationalist because it's boring, low IQ, and the country's already a quarter Hispanic. I mean, it's easy for him, isn't it? It's easy for him to switch teams.
Court documents also show...
He said Latino futurism? Good Lord.
He's accused of moving her body to the building's stairwell and trying to hide the gun he used.
His take, he liked the halftime show. I mean, it's made to appeal to his genetics. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know. I didn't watch any of that, but I mean, oh God, people sending me a clip. Fuck, dude. I don't care. I don't care. I talked about the halftime show yesterday. I can't be doing a week of shows about the NFL halftime show, but it sounds like Nick is being cringe, okay?
In the shooting.
But yeah, is he just rage baiting? I don't know. I don't care to find out either.
As for what led up to the shooting, that information has not been released just yet, and we could learn more about that during today's arraignment. We should also note Takia was killed just days after another completely separate shooting that happened in the Park Eden building back in December. Police have not shared if those two shootings are connected. Reporting live this morning, Nicole Aponte, WLWT News 5.
It was a super chat. Oh God, you guys just won't shut up, will you? Who posted it?
The halftime show was in Spanish and all the performers were brown people.
I knew it was gonna be some 7-minute shit. This is why I didn't want to go here.
Message was, "This is what America looks like, a mosaic of Latin peoples." Clearly it was political. Clearly it was a middle finger to white people. Weird take. Are you even a white nationalist at this point?
Honestly, I don't feel like one anymore. I feel like, you know, do I want America to be a white country? Yes. I'm pro-white, but the movement has just been captured by losers and idiots. And I don't really, I'm kind of just done pandering. I fucking hate these people. That's how I feel about it. You know, when I look at what the movement has become, like the kind of impulses that have captured it, it's just kind of depressing. And I've always been forward thinking, and I've always been heterodox, and I've always been progressive in a way. And increasingly, I don't feel like I fit in with that anymore, you know? So no, I don't think I'm like you, because now it's turned into, it used to be the case that if you were against white genocide, if you're pro-white, if you're against immigration, like that is what it meant to be on our side. Now it's like you have to be a Republican culture warrior. I have to be spun up about the Super Bowl halftime show. It's just so low IQ. It's so low IQ. It's so monotonous.
Okay. I mean, so I'm just going to stop there. He's obviously wrong, because the Super Bowl halftime show is explicitly anti-white. As I like, and that's, if we're gonna, I'm not gonna argue about that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna argue about whether or not the Super Bowl halftime show was a huge fuck you to white people, just like the super chatter correctly identified, because it is. You don't have to spend a whole show talking about it, but that's what it is. Like, I watched the show myself. I saw it. I know what I saw. So the message is, we're brown, and we this is our shit now. Get used to Browntown. Get used to living in a giant favela, because this is our shit now. This is our country now. That's what the Super Bowl halftime show was. So yes, actually, you know, I used to, it's funny because I used to, like, years ago, sort of think like that. You know, I remember like years and years and years ago, somebody sent me that the Ninja Turtles cartoon made April O'Neil black. And I remember looking at that and thinking, like, you know, I'm not going to post about this. It's a cartoon. I don't care, whatever. It's a cartoon fictional character. But years and years of doing this, I've learned that, like, all of this stuff is part of an agenda. You're not schizo for realizing that it matters. Yeah, and they made her fat and ugly too. You're not schizo for understanding that, like, them erasing your characters and your history and all of it, it's all little incremental steps. It's all little, like, a war of inches, like that Any Given Sunday speech, right? The culture war is, like, fought in inches, and, like, you don't necessarily have to go off on a big diatribe about every little thing, but you should at least recognize it for what it is.
Nicholas J. Fuentes sent $3. You are a counter-signaling ankle biter. I revoke your grow up or general status and good luck ever getting me on the progress report.
I mean, I don't think he likes me already. I mean, I don't know. He doesn't respond to my messages because I have been trying to get him on the show. So anyway, yeah. Actually, the halftime show was a huge fuck you to white people. That's what it was. So yes. Women accused of neglecting, torturing child in Charlotte now charged with murder. And the music was objectively shit too. There's also that, but that's a lesser issue. Woman accused of neglecting, torturing child in Charlotte now charged with murder.
New at noon here, the 3 women accused of torturing and neglecting a 6-year-old in an East Charlotte home are all now facing a first-degree murder charge. Tara McKnight, Tanya McKnight, and Susan Robinson are all scheduled to appear in court today. We've just learned Tanya McKnight was given no bond. This comes nearly 2 months after the death.
Right. They nudge until they get pushed back. That's why you have to always be chimping, basically. You have to always be chimping. Chimp about the halftime show. Chimp about April O'Neil. Chimp about every little thing, always.
Death of 6-year-old Dominique Moody. Investigators say they responded to the report of a child not breathing last year on December 16th. First responders were able to revive Moody, but she later died at the hospital. Investigators say she had several broken bones. We have a reporter at the courthouse right now to learn about what happens with the other 2 defendants, so we will keep you updated.
3 women accused of murdering a little girl. Little black girl. Man charged in murder of popular boater Captain Bill. So this guy was sleeping on his boat, and a group of like nogs climbed on his boat in the middle of the night and then murdered him when they realized there was somebody on the boat.
Well, a Cook County judge has decided that Cook County jail detainee will remain behind bars after he is charged with murder, accused in the drowning death of that beloved boat captain. Alexis Trader was already in Cook County jail for an unrelated crime when he was charged with murder in the death of 63-year-old Nabil Afzel.
Yeah, the funny thing about like what Nick's doing is he's just like replacing himself as sort of the gatekeeping moderate, basically. Oh, sorry. So like Nick, like the whole way Nick built his career was being the guy who's like everyone was like afraid to talk to because he would tackle these issues. But now he's just like, now that he's there, he's like, I'm the moderate guy now. I have all these like moderate opinions and I'm not going to talk to, and I'm going to like shut out everybody to the right of me. Do you know why? Do you know why people further right get shut out? It's not because they're all kooks. It's because their positions are more popular. So he's really just like setting the stage for people to flank him from the right. Is what it looks like. But you know, he's got his $1 million gold deal, so what does he care?
Affectionately known as Captain Bill. His friends are relieved he's finally getting some justice.
I honestly didn't think they'd ever find anyone.
For what it's worth, I don't like to think of it that way. I don't look at I like to think of us as all being on the same team. You know what I mean? I don't look at more popular people than me and think like, how can I take this guy's audience and shit like that? I'm just saying long term, that's how this is going to play out. Long term is people are going to take his audience because the audience is more extreme than that. The audience is not moderate. It's the exact same thing I said about like a Daily Wire 2 years ago and Steven Crowder in my video called whatever, like JQ and reality is racist or whatever. That's on Locals.
Brother Nathaniel sent $3. That Tola makes 1K a night talking about Luma.
That's so real. Yeah. He makes $3,000 talking about Laura Loomer for an hour. What am I? Whatever. That little fagula's irrelevant. So I just see it. Just seems like the same cycle is gonna play out, or like bookmark this and come back 2 years from now. Nick is very talented, but guess what? Like Ben Shapiro is very talented. Matt Walsh is very talented. Steven Crowder is very talented. Talent can only take you so far if you're not saying what the audience actually wants to hear. Did Nick not take the gold deal? That's so I don't care if he did take it personally. Somebody told me yesterday that he took it. So that's why I said that, but I'm surprised he didn't, honestly. He wants to be the Gen Z Tucker. Anyway, Nick's always all over the place, so see what happens. He wants Piers Morgan's job. I don't know about that. I think he just kind of feels like he doesn't need anyone at this point, which he really doesn't. But man, that halftime show sucked. That halftime show sucked so bad. You can't actually tell me you liked that shit. If you liked that shit, you're never beating the Mexican allegations, because that music could like only appeal to a brownoid. I like dance music. I like rap. I like, reggae. All of it. That music was bad.
But when I heard the news this morning, there was a certain amount of closure in my mind, because again, he was just a great guy, and hopefully his family gets some closure as this goes on.
At a Thursday detention hearing, a Cook County judge ordered the 34-year-old Chicago man to remain behind bars for allegedly causing Captain Bill's death. Prosecutors say Trader was with another man and two women in the early morning hours of August 30th at DuSable Harbor when they decided to sneak onto the dock so the women could take pictures on one of the yachts there. They wanted to post those pictures on social
Scholarly
media.
Musings sent $20. This type of Nick content is more on my level.
Anyway.
Zman Captive 45 sent $3. Toilet log number 1 today I pooed 3 times and it looked healthy. I peed more than 10 times. I drank a lot of water.
Okay, thank you. And then there's that. See, that's the show. And that's the show. That's the show.
General Zoomer sent $4. Hey.
Hey.
Sewer Lizard sent $10. I was watching gay porn last night and my dad was in it. WTF.
Okay.
How do I tell my dad to stop being degenerate?
Okay. All right, and then there's that. So we go from, this Kanye is the most compelling, most influential, best artist ever to name. I was watching. Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was going to be a clip of Nick being based, but okay, whatever.
Say the women boarded the yacht not knowing that Captain Bill, who was a charter captain,
Charlie
was sleeping
Kirk.
on board.
I don't
Their
know.
presence.
I am disappointed that he's not doing AFPAC anymore. People seem really satisfied with the whole it's too dangerous, he'll get killed. I mean, I don't know. Maybe another year goes by, he'll either have enough money to do security or what. But it's like all these other people do this stuff. I don't know, man. I think he should do AFPAC. I think AFPAC is also his main opportunity to actually show the world that his audience isn't brown or bots. But I don't know. We'll see. I looked up his lawsuit the other day out of curiosity if there's any updates. It's still going. They're in discovery or whatever. His lawsuit didn't get dismissed, and I think it goes to trial in March or something.
Woke Bill up, and then he asked them to leave. It was as
he's tired of Wignats giving him shit all the time. Yeah, I think so. That might be why he's like, he doesn't read my messages because I give him too much shit. I don't know. Yeah.
Captain Bill.
Just stop saying Civnat shit. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't want to. You know what I mean? I try to like be respectful, but it's like you keep saying stuff I disagree with. What am I supposed to do?
Escorted the women off the dock. Trader allegedly punched Bill in the face, causing him to hit his head on the dock and fall into the water. Authorities say video and audio of the attack was captured by a security camera at a nearby restaurant. Authorities say Trader did call 911 but gave a false name to police. He was later identified by several witnesses. Police located him through phone records.
It's bittersweet, obviously, because there's no winner here.
Prosecutors say Trader has a history of violence and a lengthy criminal record dating back.
Yeah, again, imagine like you work your whole life. Now you're like a retired boat captain. Just out, everybody loves you. You know, you take people out on your boat. And then you're just sleeping and you wake up and there's like a bunch of like black hooligans. Oh, they were there to take pictures, by the way. They weren't there to rob. They weren't there looking to lift anything that wasn't bolted down. They were there to take selfies in the middle of the night, as you do. Let me go on the yacht and take some selfies in the middle of the night. And they wake this guy up and then he's literally like, get off my boat. And then the guy kills him. Like he could have just left.
20 years, including armed robbery and unlawful use of a weapon. Now, the public defender for Trader says that he is a Chicagoan and a father of 4. It says it was very dark when all this went down, so he's contesting that basically that it's unclear if Trader was part of the wrongdoing or actually did try to help. The suspect due back in court on the 25th.
Father of 4, by the way. They have it on video. They have it all. They have it audio and video, they said. I know I was kind of ranting about Nick through that whole thing, but seems like a pretty open and shut case. Arrest made in Northwest Charlotte homicide near bank.
Charlotte-Mecklenburg police say they've made an arrest in a deadly shooting that happened at a Northwest Charlotte bank on Friday. Simone Smith, pictured here, is accused of shooting and...
Simone, but this guy's name is spelled S-A-M apostrophe O-O-N, by the way. Simone Smith with an apostrophe in the middle.
Killing Ina Lang. It happened in the parking lot of a Bank of America.
And Ida Lang is a 50-year-old white woman.
Branch on Calabridge Court, just off Mount Holly, Huntersville Road. The CMPD says Smith was arrested just hours later. He's charged with murder and is expected in court on Monday. However, as of news time, it's unclear what led up to the shooting or if the two knew each other. We'll let you know once we learn more information.
This is her. Something tells me she didn't know him.
Following last Friday's fatal shooting of Bank of America employee Ina Lang outside this Northwest Charlotte branch, Lang's longtime customers are trying to come to terms with her murder.
She's going to be greatly missed.
Stacy Stevenson told me she's been a customer at this branch for more than 20 years.
When I first met her, she was a teller, and then she moved up to the office.
Stevenson says Ina always had time to give her clients tender, loving care.
She would talk to you, her family, and also help you out.
Ina's husband told me on the phone Monday his wife touched countless lives during her nearly 20-year career at the bank, including protecting people, some she did not even know, from identity theft and fraud.
Making sure my account was straight, basically.
Happier details that contrast
$3
with
craziest black name I have ever seen is the NFL player Lil Jordan Humphrey. Good thing he made it to the league with a name like that.
Horrific shooting, court documents say, was captured by the bank's...
I don't know. I've seen crazier ones than that.
Surveillance cameras. The video purported...
What was the missing kid? Science DeWise? A little kid went missing named Science DeWise.
shows the suspect get out of a yellow Dodge Charger with black racing stripes, walk straight over to Ina Lang, shoot her twice in the back, and then get back in the vehicle and leave. Police interviewed 3 witnesses who all reported hearing 2 gunshots, then seeing someone get into a yellow Dodge Charger and leave the scene. They also say they saw Ina on the ground. Not long after the shooting, that vehicle and suspect, 22-year-old Samon Smith, were tracked down at his parents' home where he lives. Court documents say the suspect's father told detectives his son has expressed issues with mental health and was known to possess firearms. Police questioned Smith, and court documents say he admitted to driving the yellow Charger and that he was at Bank of America. They also
Human crime machine ransacks Chicago soul food restaurant 2 days after grand opening.
The doors deadbolted, the alarm system on with multiple cameras inside, and none of that deterred this burglar, seen here on surveillance video, from breaking into newly opened Soul Vibes Signature.
You violated a business that just been open literally 2 days.
The owner and chef, Larisha Baker, heartbroken at the damage done. Chicago police say the suspect pried open the front door at the corner of Hubbard and Wells in River North around 4:30 Tuesday morning. Using the restaurant's own knives to cut cables and wires, you see the suspect smash open the cash register by slamming out on the ground. Money flew everywhere.
He took a few $100s, he took some liquor, but he broke our systems. He broke our internet, he broke our wires, he broke everything that we needed to be successful for yesterday.
16-year-old shot by classmate at Wooten High School. I actually don't know if this was black or white.
Off the top at 10.
They turned off all the lights, they pulled down all the curtains, and we all had to sit under our desk.
An hours-long lockdown after a student is shot inside Wooten High School in Rockville. Tonight, team coverage as we learn new details on an arrest. Then a fight involving more than 20 teenagers near a metro station ends with 3 people stabbed. Witnesses sounding off to Fox 5 about the violent scene.
What a
and
twist.
After the DC region's coldest 2-week stretch in decades, finally a bit of thaw coming our way. Meteorologist Mike Thomas is breaking it all down in your Fox 5 forecast. Your news starts right now.
What a twist.
And welcome in the 10 o'clock hour on a very busy day here. We start here with a teenager in custody, another hurt after a shooting inside of Wooten High School in Rockville.
Yeah, so this shooting happening inside the hallway just after 2 this afternoon, sending the school into an hours-long lockdown. We have live team coverage for you tonight. Josh Rosenthal is standing by with more from parents who waited hours to reunite with their children.
But we begin tonight with Regina Ureta. Regina, you also waited several hours for an official update from police. We finally got that a short time ago. What have you learned?
Yeah, definitely. It was 6 hours after that initial call. And really the important detail and something shocking is that police have still not recovered a weapon, and this motive is still under investigation. Take a listen.
As of this press conference, a firearm has not yet been recovered. We still have a lot of work to do. Our detectives will be working throughout the night, still following leads and following up on that particular lead, which is where is the firearm that was used, what type of firearm is it, and who's the registered owner.
And so that was Rockville Police and Montgomery County Police, as well as public schools, Montgomery Public Schools. We're learning more about what happened after Monday's presser. According to Montgomery County Police, a 16-year-old student is in custody in connection with a shooting inside Wooten High School. Police say officers responded around 2:15 in the afternoon after getting reports of gunfire inside the school. When they arrived, they found a 16-year-old male student from Gaithersburg suffering from a gunshot wound in a hallway. The boy was taken to the hospital and is currently in stable condition. Investigators say the suspect, also a 16-year-old student and a Rockville resident, was quickly identified and taken into custody near the school. Now, Skyfox actually...
Okay, well, he didn't kill anyone, sounds like. And also, they don't say why.
$6 and $3. I saw a body cam video yesterday. The suspect's name was Darrealist. I have complete contempt.
Darrealist, that's awesome. Darrealist nigga. Was his last name nigga? I am shocked and heartbroken by the disturbing Fijian Kim, whose daughter is a sophomore, was waiting at the police station. She drove to school when she heard about the shooting. My daughter has been texting. Okay. Not a lot to go on there. Minnesota governor candidate ends campaign after daughter stabbed to death. Okay. This one is I like saw this picture. I was like, what's going on? But it's the white guy was running for governor and his white daughter was murdered by her white husband.
On Saturday night, St. Cloud police responded to an emergency call at this apartment complex on the south side of town. That's where investigators say they found 22-year-old Hallie Tobler, the daughter of GOP governor candidate Jeff Johnson, dead with stabbing wounds. St. Cloud police say they believe Hallie's husband, who was taken into custody with self-inflicted wounds, is the person responsible for Hallie's injuries and death.
There really are no words to describe the grief and anger. I mean, nobody should go through this.
Minnesota GOP chair Alex Plekish spoke with Jeff Johnson shortly after the death of his daughter.
My heart goes out to him and his family, especially in the circumstances that we're discovering.
Johnson served on the St. Cloud City Council from
blah, blah. I don't think they say why, you know. It was like an attempted murder-suicide, but the guy didn't kill himself. Woman shot dead after breakup. Philly man charged with murder.
This developing story in Bucks County, a woman stalked and shot to death a day after ending her relationship with a man from Philadelphia. Now he's facing charges for killing her, shocking the neighborhood where she was found dead in a car.
We've got a good neighborhood here, pretty much. Our neighbors are all great people. You know, so this was a...
What is that hat? He's wearing like an African, like one of those like Africa tribe hats or whatever.
A tragic thing, certainly, for all of us.
And this is the Fox 29 News at 5. I'm Sheba Russell.
And I'm Chris O'Connell. That man turned himself into police, calling it an accident. Shayna, the victim, had reported to police she had been sexually assaulted by the man just one day before she was killed.
That's exactly right. And that is.
You're never going to believe who welding cap? Is that a thing? Oh, yeah. Essential protective headgear. Okay. Could be. You're never going to believe who I accidentally killed. Yeah, the woman who accused me of sexual assault. Crazy coincidence.
Is what's chilling about this
Oh,
story.
yeah, take another shot, by the way.
We tell domestic violence victims all the time. You hear messages to domestic violence victims to report this, and the fact that she did report it, and not even 24 hours later, she was found killed. And again, you mentioned that suspect turning himself in, calling this all an accident. This Ring camera video captures a white SUV driving down Outlook Lane in Levittown, and just seconds later, a silver sedan followed, matching an affidavit description believed to be driven by this man. 32-year-old Yujun Ren, now in police custody after investigators say he stalked his girlfriend following her from Philadelphia to her Bucks County home Sunday morning. Moments later,
Asian
neighbors
week.
in this tight-knit neighborhood say they heard the unthinkable.
My wife heard a gunshot somewhere around 1:30 in the morning or something like that, or what she thought was a
March
gunshot.
opportunity.
Bristol Township Police say the woman was found shot in the head and left for dead in her car on Outlook Lane, sending shockwaves through the neighborhood.
She was a young lady and very nice. Really sad, so close to home, for this to happen here.
Sergeant Jason Mancuso with the Bristol Township Police Department says Wren initially turned himself into Middletown Township Police. Officers then contacted the Bristol Township Police Department.
A male came into their police station with a lawyer and advised them that there was some type of incident and there was a female that was deceased on Outlook Lane in the Levittown section of Bristol Township.
Investigators telling Fox 29 the two were in a relationship, living together in Philadelphia before things took a turn for the worst.
At some point, the relationship went bad.
They took a turn for the worst.
It was not conducive anymore, and the female came back.
I think she was white.
County, and it's believed that the male followed her up here and shot her.
Fox 29 confirming the victim filed a complaint against Wren with the Philadelphia Police Department. According to the affidavit, the victim filed a report after she was sexually assaulted by the suspect just one day before she was killed. In the affidavit, the victim stated she decided to end her relationship with her boyfriend and leave while he was at work that day. Fast forward to Sunday morning, according to police, the suspect followed the victim to her home on Outlook Lane, where he admitted to, quote, accidentally shooting his girlfriend, adding she,
The
quote,
Nutter
said
sent $3. I know you have some experience with the Asian persuasion. Is it really as tight as they say? I haven't had the honor of busting in one yet.
And took their cats and dogs, so he took a gun out of
Thank
his
you for the
waistband to scare her,
$3.
and the gun discharged. Neighbors still shaken by the reality of what happened just steps away from their front doors.
We got a good neighborhood here, pretty much. Our neighbors are all great people. So this was a tragic thing, certainly, for all of us. Hopefully, she rest in peace. That's all I could really say.
What was the victim's name? Pretty sure it was a white woman. Okay. Police announced 2 deaths in rural town of Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. Letitia Velez, 32, was killed by Tyrell Manley, 33, who then committed suicide. I guess I don't have a video for that one. Noah Trevon McLeod, 20, and Kimora Shaddai Unique Galloway. Kimora Shaddai Unique Galloway, 20, facing murder charges for Mount Airy mass shooting.
We're also following breaking news right now in Surrey County, unrelated to the weather.
Yeah, the sheriff's office says 4 people are charged in a deadly shooting. This is connected to the investigation on Samurai Lane just off Welcome Baptist Church Road in Mount Airy. As we reported yesterday.
Yeah, the future is just, if you want it, what was that old quote? If you want a vision of the future, imagine a boot stomping on a face. If you want a vision of the future, imagine Jewish science experiments. Imagine phenotypes you've never seen before running around shooting each other every day.
2 people were killed and 2 others were hurt. One of those victims suffered critical injuries, and this afternoon the sheriff's office said 4 people, 2 adults and 2 juveniles, are all charged with multiple counts, including murder and attempted robbery.
Lots of info there. Shannon O'Brien, 28, slaughtered in broad daylight while driving for Uber. She picked up 3 men who then jumped out of her car and began shooting when they reached their destination. The car was riddled with bullets from return fire. This is the artistic rendering. Dude, niggas taking Ubers to drive-bys. Just roll down the window, lady. Just keep driving. Smartest criminals. This is at least the 3rd gig-based app worker murder of 2026. All 3 have been committed by blacks. Yeah, and if she turned them down, she would get fired from her job for being racist. If she said, no, I'm not taking you sketchy-looking dudes.
Tonight, St. Louis County police are still searching for suspects in the deadly shooting of an innocent rideshare driver.
Police say the woman was not the intended target when she was killed on Windward Court in Ferguson on Friday. Hours ago, 5 on your side's Robert Townsend went to that neighborhood to learn more about the investigation.
Her name was Shannon O'Brien. The St. Louis woman was just 28 years old. Her life suddenly cut short by gun violence. Police say broke out in this Ferguson neighborhood.
Condolences. I mean, that is so sad because she was really young.
It's totally unacceptable. Like, that is insane.
Neighbors say around 4 Friday afternoon, O'Brien pulled up to this parking lot of Windward Court. They say 3 men got out of the car with guns and suddenly got into a shootout with several guys who walked by. This neighbor asked us to not show her face.
It's like as soon as they opened the door and they got out, it was just like a war. I guess an AR or something like that. Like, they had some big guns out here.
Police responded to the shots fired call and found Shannon O'Brien suffering from gunshot wounds. She died at the scene. Again, police say she was not the intended target.
I just feel so bad because she was an innocent woman. Like, she had a family too, and that was she didn't know nothing that was coming her way.
Neighbors tell me they heard more than 24 gunshots. They also say bullets hit several cars that were parked in this parking lot. Just look at this car. It's now riddled with bullet holes. Understandably, Shannon O'Brien's grief-stricken parents couldn't talk to us on camera. They asked us to review their daughter's obituary and see that she was an amazing person who loved her family, friends, and animals, especially her beloved bunny, Torrance. A giving young person taken too soon.
Dude, did I ever tell you guys the story about my sister-in-law doing DoorDash? Stop me if you've heard this one, okay? My sister-in-law, the one who doesn't talk to us anymore, the liberal one, she was doing DoorDash, and she had this delivery.
The Nutter sent $20.
Hours a day in the computer room. Every time you see him in a video, he's in his computer room. Nobody's ever allowed in the computer room. What's going on in Mutahar's computer room when the doors are closed? I asked these questions a long time ago, maybe 2 to 3 months ago when I dropped the video on Mutahar. When he left, he had to leave Twitter because people kept saying that Indian people stink. So people were saying, not me. I never said these things. Mutahar spends hours upon hours surfing the dark web, doing Lord knows what. I've never been to the dark web. I don't know what happens down there. If I'm horny, I go to xvideos.com. Like a regular civilized human being, I type in the search bar, onion booty pog white girl. Big booty ass smothering videos. Redhead BBWs. And then I beat the brakes off my beef for a couple hours, sometimes. But Mutahar, you see, for guys like Mutahar, it's not enough. Watching Spicy J spread all her crevices on the internet, all on your screen, is not enough for a guy like Mutahar. He needs to go deeper. You see,
Madison Grant sent $10. Cities from the days of Rome have always been gathering points of diverse races, but New York is becoming a cloaca gentium, which will produce many amazing racial hybrids and some ethnic horrors that will be beyond the powers of future comprehension.
Thank you, Madison Grant. Is that a real quote? Was that that was on Power Chat, right? Hold, let me. I feel like that's like an actual quote. Quote by Madison Grant, yeah. New York is becoming a cloaca gentium. The Passing of the Great Race by Madison Grant. Sewer of the Nations. New York is becoming a sewer of the nations, which will produce many amazing racial hybrids and some ethnic horrors that will be beyond the powers of future anthropologists to unravel. The Passing of the Great Race. Sounds like a good book. Only 3.3 on Goodreads. It really deserves 1 star for its completely irrational and misguided claims about racial taxonomies, its pseudoscience, and its historical inaccuracies. woman. Okay. Cool. Thank you for that. Thank you, everybody, for the support. Big support today. Appreciate it. The Nutters super chats are only getting worse, though. I don't know how much more I can take, but I do appreciate the money. Anyway, she couldn't find. It was nighttime. It was dark, and she couldn't like find the address she was supposed to deliver this food to. So she's driving like slowly up this street. And some guy's like behind her and he's like honking, like, you know, like you're driving too slow. So she is like, you know, she's a woman. So she's like breaking down and she goes and she finds like a parking lot that she pulls into to like try to like regroup and figure out where she's supposed to go to like, you know, to like call the customer and be like, hey, I can't find your place. And she's in the parking lot, like on like trying to call the guy. And there's like a tap on her window. And the guy who was behind her had followed her and was pointing a gun at her. I was like, you stupid bitch, why are you driving? Now, I never got the race of the guy, unfortunately. It's pretty white around here, but I would guess not white because that's just not white man behavior. It is, you know, maybe because there's like a lot of white like homeless people and drug users and shit like that around here, but they don't have guns and cars. So anyway, the crazy thing is she kept doing DoorDash after that. And I said when Allison told me that story, I was like, why does her husband let her still go? Like surely
from her loved ones.
Just dropping somebody off, you're not expecting you're gonna lose your life. So like it hurts.
I'm hoping and praying they can find them.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
A celebration of Shannon's life will be held on Saturday at Weber and
killed Ubering. Many such cases. Justice finally served for 3-year-old Athens boy shot and killed while watching TV inside his home.
Well, continuing coverage tonight in Athens, where there is finally justice for 3-year-old Kyron Smith. The child was shot and killed in 2024 while watching.
Yeah, drug dealers have cars and guns, but I mean, would they be road raging like that?
TV inside
if they're white.
Home. Tonight, a weeks-long trial is over, and the Attorney General's Gang Protection Unit just secured a third conviction in Kyron's death. In an 11 Alive exclusive interview, our Cody Alcorn sat down with Attorney General Chris Carr and spoke with Kyron's mother.
What a horrific story. Fueled by a gang war. Here you've got a...
Yeah, I have seen white people do in road rage stories. That's true.
The Nutter sent $3 for those wondering I am white and 1/4 Hispanic.
So brown.
3-year-old that was watching TV on the couch and was murdered in a drive-by. Kyron Smith was killed inside his home on March 8, 2024 at the Hallmark Mobile Home Park in Athens. Nearly 2 years later, 3 of the 4 suspects have been convicted.
These guys look like they're like being made in a factory somewhere, the two on either side. like these guys, this phenotype is just being mass produced.
Prosecuted by Attorney General Chris Carr's Gang Prosecution Unit. Provide some level of peace and justice for a family and for a community. That's meaningful. Kyron's mom, Shanita Smith.
All these guilty verdicts.
Shanita.
It was just like an answer to all my prayers that I've been waiting for so long.
Dakias Eccles and Jaden Brown pleaded guilty.
Dakias Eccles, dude, this is peak entertainment just for the names. Dakias Eccles.
In January and were sentenced to life. On Wednesday, after a month-long trial and 8 hours of deliberation, a jury found Desmontrez Mathis guilty.
The defendant showed no remorse, no emotion.
Knowing how their senseless actions changed so many lives. Kyron's older brother was also shot.
Santana, my 9-year-old, also I find myself condoling him because he wish it was
condoling.
Him. And not his little
Maybe the The toughest lesson of it
Is that a
all
real
is
word?
her oldest son, who was the target of these gang
It
members.
might actually be
He's hurting me sweat.
condoling.
Knowing
Yeah.
that,
Okay.
you know,
All right. Okay.
the words
I've
that
like
he
never heard it used that
used
way.
at that
That's my
moment
bad.
ultimately caused strangers to show up at your house and to do that.
A tragedy which forced tough conversations, a lot of self-reflection that's changed not just this family, but an entire community.
I think that moving away from Athens has really changed all of my children, including my oldest. And I feel like with the gang war in Athens and so much peer pressure on the younger generations, if that is tackled, we will see a big difference in Athens.
A battle the AG's office has taken on. In the last 3 years in Athens, Clark County, shootings.
Yeah, consoling is usually what people say. Condoling. I gotta go do some condoling. It's legal. It's legal to use that word. Career violent criminal Kevin Andrews, 35, already paralyzed from a gang shooting, allegedly shot 2 Stone Mountain GA police officers in an unprovoked hate crime. So a guy in a wheelchair just decided to go kill 2 cops in Georgia.
Some new details.
Take 2 more shots, guys.
At noon of the man accused of killing a Gwinnett County police officer. Kevin Andrews faces multiple charges after police.
$3. The nutter is the wiry, strung-out Mexican as much as Manny is fat and lazy. They're both, though.
What do you guys think the missing word was? I guess we'll never know. It doesn't even on the back end, it doesn't show me. It just shows me the asterisks.
He shot 2 officers over the weekend. 25-year-old
was horny.
Officer Pradeep Tamang died from his injuries.
Atlanta News first Nehemiah Watson is live.
Mr. Bliss chillin' is Manny's biggest hater.
For us outside of the Gwinnett County Police headquarters. Nehemiah.
Yeah, Kevin Andrews appeared in court yesterday. He did not receive a bond. Gwinnett County Police Department also telling us the second officer who was shot is still recovering in the hospital.
35-year-old Kevin Andrews faces multiple charges, including felony murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault on a police officer, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. On Sunday, officers Pradeep Tamang and David Reed were responding to a call about a man using a fake credit card at a Stone Mountain hotel when police say Andrews shot both officers.
$20 names
Yo.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Stasson, alongside Jeff Worthing, and welcome to the annual East-West Bowl. As we get ready to watch some of the best college players in the nation showcase their skills in a classic showdown between East and West. And there really are some characters on this year's squads, aren't there, Jeff?
That's right, Dave. It does seem like the most flamboyant personalities came to the forefront, and they are here. Let's meet the players from the East.
Is this the Onion or something? What is CSEM? Okay, and Peel.
DeMarcus Williams, University of Georgia. TJ Jackson, Wayne State University. Tavarius Smith-King, Merrimack College.
Tavarius
Al Boyle, Smoochie Wallace, University of Miami. Desquarius Green Jr., University of Notre Dame. Ibrahim Moises, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga.
Jack Marius Tactheratrix, Michigan State University.
The Isaiah T. Billings Clyde.
Oh, man. Thank you for that.
Cat Respecter sent $5.
Thank you, Cat Respecter.
Officer Reed was taken to the hospital. Officer Tamang died. Today, the police department and community continue to place flowers on a patrol car in his honor.
Everyone who put their lives on risk in order to protect anyone and the community.
So, I mean, the guy said on National Conservative or whatever, he said it was a random hate crime, but it sounds like these cops showed up to arrest him for using fake credit cards or stolen credit cards or whatever it was, and he shot them.
He's a hero.
Not exactly random.
Luis Gonzalez, who's a former volunteer firefighter, says he understands how dangerous and unpredictable being a first responder can be.
Every day, every shift is different. Every call is different. You can just pause from the very happy call, from one that are very sadness, from another one that are make you mad.
Officer Tamang joined the Gwinnett County Police Department in July of 2024 and graduated from the police academy last year in May. Gonzalez says it's important to show Tamang's family that the community is thankful for his service.
So this one, people are talking about this one on Twitter today. Tracy Davis, a Jefferson County judge in Kentucky, has cut the jail sentence of Christopher Thompson in half from 65 years to 30 years after he was convicted of kidnapping, robbing, and raping a woman. He forced a woman in her own car with a gun, raped her, made her drive to an ATM, empty out the accounts, then raped her again. He had a history of crime, robbery, gun charges, and during the trial, he told the woman he raped that, "I'll see you in 20 years, bitch." The judge said, "This is someone who just fell through the cracks." Off the record, the defendant was speaking to Miss Zagon Johnson and stated, "I will see you in 20 years, bitch." On the record in front of the entire court, he stated, "What? Fuck y'all kids, fuck y'all's dead loved ones." Speaking directly to the court, he said, "Eat my dick, bitch. I'm going to pop your ass and suck my dick, bitch." I literally, it's like, I don't even know what these words are. What is this? Dyke? Something? Judge Davis went on to emphasize how long she felt 65 years to be. She stated that she felt Thompson had not matured mentally yet and has not had a real shot at getting help. So here's the judge trying to trying to explain why she's going to cut this guy's sentence in half.
But Judge Davis thought the jury's recommendation was too long. She feels he hasn't mentally matured yet and never had a real shot at getting any help early in life.
But if you were to come in here and instead of being hurt and angry, which is what this court hears, right, as a 20-year-old African-American male that has been, experienced this society, etc., and you would show that, yes, okay, this is the situation, this is who I am, I don't want to be.
What the? Like, she can't even form a coherent thought. Do you guys hear that?
Which is what this court hears, right, as a 20-year-old African-American male that has been, experienced this society, etc.
A 20-year-old African-American male that has, experienced this society, etc. So that means he was, his whole life was, he was that black. I mean, it's black people are shat on is what she's saying, and they don't get a fair chance. But she can't even articulate it. You've experienced this society, etc. So I'm going to cut your sentence in half because you experienced this society, etc. as an African-American male.
And you would show that, yes, okay, this is the situation, this is who I am. I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want to be in jail for forever.
Thompson repeatedly stated
Dad sent $20 lesbians lol.
What your stud name is, cuz? Big Fabo, man. All right, I'm fucking with that, but what your real name is?
What? Can't understand them.
Name is, bro?
Day off Friday, and not the one that's running. I'm a batch of your shit.
But what your real name is?
LaDaisha.
Yeah. What your stud name is?
Man, woo baby, man, you know what's going on, man. Don't fuck around, man.
I'm fucking with that, but what your real name is?
Hey.
Yeah.
This has got to be like a skit, right?
Hey, bro. What's up? What your stud name is? They call me Big Red, also Diamond.
So what your fan name is?
Diamond E.
What your stud name is?
Oh, stud name.
But what your real name is?
Ashley.
Hey, big dog. What your stud name is?
Oh, thank God it's over. Big spender today, though, Ked's dad. Thank you for the money. I like the money part of that transaction. Okay, listen to how he responds. Listen to how he responds to all of this.
I don't want to be in jail for forever.
Thompson repeatedly stated he did not care, not about his sentence, the victim, or her family. But Judge Davis emphasized she's the one that holds the pen, and regardless of what the media may think, she applies the law.
I get it, young son. You're a young black man. The world didn't care about you. You didn't want to be this, but the world made you this way. Now, fuck all that. Fuck that, bitch. Suck my dick. You fuck you, hoe. I'll fucking I'll kill them nigga. I'll kill her too, and I'm gonna rape her again. Shit. I know. I understand, young man. You're trying to be better. VDare. Yeah, well, this guy, national conservative, he kind of is like the spiritual successor. I don't have any more of his tweets, but really good Twitter account. Imagine being a white man facing a sentencing by that 80. Oh God. I don't think I had it pulled up, but like Matt Walsh showed her ex account, and her Twitter handles like DEI judge or something. Like I'm not you can't even make this stuff up, right? Try the new post filters. I mean, aren't the new posts at the top? Oh, so you can go, oh, the filters are new. Got it. So I can look for most liked. Okay. Cool. Find that. What is this? This is the lawyer for a squatter living in a $2 million mansion. You have to watch this. Okay, well, it's on theme because he's black.
He spoke with Alex Webster about his client.
Look, there's a question. It's really the number one question on everybody's mind. How would your client, Ms. Tamika Good, get inside a $2.3 million property?
Cut. I don't know if I can answer that. Allegedly. Can I cut?
We're rolling. We're rolling, my friend. Yeah.
The little hamster wheel is spinning right now. He's like, fuck, they're still rolling. I guess I have to answer. He's like, damn, that didn't work.
All right, can you re-ask the question?
Sure, absolutely. So the number one question on everybody's mind is how your client, Ms. Tamika Good, got into a $2.3 million property.
Well, Ms. Good did her research. She found out that a certain property was under
utilized,
was under the control of a certain group. And that there was a title issue. Due to the title issue, she was able to assume the property under squatters' rights.
So in Maryland, there isn't a particular squatter right. Am I missing something?
Well, it's not a particular squatter's right, but it's known as squatter rights.
Damn. Guess you don't get a house anymore. Okay, here it is right here. This is the judge who just cut a convicted and unrepentant rapist's sentence in half by explicitly because he's black. Her handle is literally Diversity Davis, and she has her pronouns listed. So this is the thing. This is why I'm not going to pretend like the halftime show is innocuous and irrelevant, because people like this are emboldened by stuff like that. It's all connected. It's all part of the same replacement agenda.
To her, 65 years was an extremely long time. As she puts it, it's his whole life, one she doesn't believe should be spent entirely behind bars.
This court does not believe
I think he should be executed. I don't think he should be alive.
Mr. Thompson, if given the resources that he can get while incarcerated, is beyond being rehabilitated.
They should just put a bullet in his head.
But Judge Davis thought
he killed her, right? He killed her. He raped her twice and then killed her? Or no? Or no, he didn't kill her. He told her when he gets out in 20 years, he's going to get her. I still think he should die for the 2 rapes. Japanese police burrito wrap a violent black man in Tokyo. See, they have so much. Oh, that's it. We don't get to see him like pick him up. They have so much practice from making sushi and that they know how to wrap stuff. Coroner identifies individuals killed in Spring Grove murder suicide. Oh, I think this was the one from before the black guy.
And tonight we are
killed his white girlfriend and then killed himself.
learning more about the murder-suicide victims in York County. Good evening. I'm Lori Burkholder.
And I'm Jerry Gish. The York County coroner said the 2 people who died are Letitia Valise and Tyrell Manley, both from Spring Grove.
And the coroner says they died from multiple gunshot wounds. York County Regional Police say that officers were called to a shooting at the Spring Hollow Apartments on East 3rd Avenue just after 3 Saturday afternoon. And according to the coroner, an autopsy on Velez was performed yesterday. No further details are being released, and the investigation is still active.
All right, we looked at the pictures earlier. It was a black guy, maybe a Muslim. He had like that Nation of Islam kind of beard thing. And murder suicide tracks with Islam. Germans work hard their entire lives and don't get this kind of luxury. The Mahamud family get it for free. Dude, I hate these pop-ups, these browser things. I hate them. It's probably a way to turn it off. Private refugee aid. 13-member refugee family moves to happiness. Where do you go to the children's rooms, please? Up and down, left and right. This family's house is simply huge. The living room alone measures 6 by 12 meters. That's big. Plus, there are 5 large bedrooms, 2 kitchens, 3 bathrooms, and a garden. Enough space for Ayan Abdi Muhammad from Somalia, 44, for her 11 children, and for the grandchild. The 13-member family has finally arrived in Heikendorf at the destination of their dreams. Cool, man. Put them in a mansion, and then some of those children will be rapists and murderers when they grow up, which is the good part. You might not think it's worth giving these Somalis a mansion, but look on the bright side. When the children are older, they will rape and kill people. This is the account I was talking about, the spiritual successor to VDare. Many, many stories, and not only, but they do have like a website where they do like stats and charts and exactly stuff like this, right? Like that was with like the Uber share, who is killing America's app-based gig workers. 80% of Uber drivers killed by blacks. 5.5% by whites. White people who are the most overrepresented among the victims. 32.
Anonymous sent $20. This one
Dude,
goes out to ULP.
That's it. I'm going to Turkey. That's the last straw. I'm going to Turkey, you guys. Get my hair implants. Get my $5,000 hair implants from a Turkish, somewhere in like a Turkish basement. There's a full head of hair waiting for me. You are being dozened. What is that? I don't care. You know what? I don't care. That's a rhetorical question. All right, you guys, shave my head. You know, I could feel like a kind of like I had like a bump on my head, like a zit or something. And I'm worried if I like shave it completely, I'm going to have zits all over my head. You ever see that happen to somebody? I had like a friend in high school who shaved his head and then he had zits. He had zits. Hold on. Tristan Chase is sending me something now. What, we just get free videos now? Is that what we do?
Heckled in heated scenes outside court.
Tristan Chase sent $20, sent you a video link to Telegram as it's below the 10K.
Oh, below the 10K. Okay. Well, thank you. I was going to play it for free, just so you know. But that's not an invitation to anybody. Tristan Chase has been very generous. That's why I was going to play it for free.
As a bald man with a moustache, I'm shut it for you because I'm going to shave mine today. Okay, so I don't look like a head like you.
Neo-Nazi leader Thomas Sowell fronted a magistrate again today, along with his co-accused, over this.
I wish I could rock a mustache like that. How do they get it so nice and thick and clean? Same with the beard. Mine always looks a little ratty, no matter what I do.
Attack on camp sovereignty in August.
Can the Turkish people help me out with that too? Folliculitis from shade. What is that? What's with the grade 10 words? What's with the grade 11 words? Grok, what's folliculitis from shaving?
Folliculitis from shaving is basically inflammation of your hair follicles caused by irritation during or after shaving. It happens with the rate.
Well, I haven't shaved my head, so that's not what I have. No, my friend in high school shaved his head because he wanted to look like a badass, and then he had like zits all over his head. And everybody was like, whoa, that's not a good look.
Went to buy a cup of coffee and saw the worst person in Australia here.
The 32-year-old claims he was provoked. Sewell's lawyer told the court the facts of the case are still in dispute. There are 25 charges against him.
Look, I'm happy to do a little bit of jail. I stood up for Australians on that day, and I'm happy to suffer whatever punishment comes from that. We're the ones defending the Australians.
You are?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you're militia.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Police?
Anyway, no. Well, the police.
Army.
The police.
3 of the right-wing demonstrators pleaded not guilty to charges including violent disorder and affray. The magistrate told Sewell's...
Are they not allowed to be militia? He said no to that one really quick. Was that like an attempted gotcha?
Lawyer, when the case returns to court on March 26, he'll need to enter a guilty or not guilty plea. They're all...
Clearly he meant they're advocating for Australians.
Facing the same bail conditions, including staying away from the city.
You're a racist piece of shit, mate.
Well, I think you're an anti-Australian piece of shit.
Sarah Jones, 7 News.
They definitely clipped that to make it look optimally good for the Boomer Spurg. And of course, I still hate him. Nowhere to white flight. So real. Okay. Well, look, that's the show. Thank you. I know watching endless news stories of black killings is kind of boring, but somebody has to do it. So we got done that. We'll get back to something else later. I'm on with Flood later today at 5:00. That'll be on his Rumble channel and presumably Crusaders as well. And progress report tomorrow with Mark Collette and Ethan Ralph. Don't miss that one. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you again for all the donations. Really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.